Okay, here we are once again at the very lovely and today a very sunny corner of Glenwood and Lunt. We are in the heart of Rogers Park. We are up here on the stage at the Heartland Cafe where we are every Saturday morning bringing you another edition of Live from the Heartland Radio. I am your host for this morning's edition. I am Michael James and I'm glad you're tuned in. You're listening to 88.7 Loyola University's Chicago Sound Alliance, where we bring you the best in music and politics. And today we're going to have a couple of good friends of mine here joining us. We're going to talk art and we're going to talk politics. We're going to start off with Alfred Tyler. Al got a middle initial. That would be Alfred J. Tyler. And Al is a neighbor and a long-time resident of Chicago, and he has a beautiful new exhibit up here at the Heartland Cafe. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And then Jesus Chuy Garcia, who is a nominee from the Democratic Party for the Cook County Board. He has a long history of politics here in Chicago, and we're excited to have him appearing on the show today. So stay tuned here on the left end of the dial at 88.7. You'll have a great hour. Good morning to you, Al.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you here. You know, I've known you for a long time, and I you've had a couple of exhibits here at the Heartland. We have a new one, and this one is called the Osaka Gardens. And tell us where that's from and what it's all about.
This is the gardens behind the Museum of Science and Industry on the south side of Chicago.
Well, you went down there and you hung out. I mean, you've got about 10, 15 paintings. They all took a lot of work. Did you do this by sitting there with an easel? Did you take photographs? Did you do it from memory? How did you pull this off?
No, I did it from photographs. I took about 48 photographs, and I loved the place. I finally got around to doing them. I went down and loved the place. And I started photographing them, and I decided to do them. I took them about 3 years ago.
You did this you started them 3 years ago.
Yes, I finally got to do them.
Well, it's a lot of green. So if someone went to the Museum of Science and Industry, they would find these gardens?
You have to go and look for them. You have to go behind the museum and walk in the gardens and search for them. And they're there. You have to look for them and walk over the bridge. And they are lovely. I didn't know they were there for a long time.
Do you know the history of the Osaka Gardens? Where did they come from? When were they planted? Is it something left over from the museum's long history with World's Fair? Where are they? How did they come to be?
They came from the World's Fair, and they were there. I grew up in Woodlawn. I walked by them all the time going to the beach, and the 63rd Street beach. I didn't know they were there until I happened to go in there one day, and I walked across the bridge, and I had to go back and take photographs of them. And I said, I'm going to do some paintings of them. But I never knew they had a committee to go in there and take care of them every year. And so I started taking photographs of them, and I found out the year before that they had people from Hyde Park and Kenwood neighborhood to take care of them.
What possessed you on that particular occasion to go into the gardens?
I just went over the bridge, and there they were. Had to go back and take get some film and take a picture of them.
How many actual pictures of the Osaka Gardens did you paint?
I painted 10 of them.
10 of them.
Right now, I'm going back and take photographs of them again and paint about 24 more.
Is this the first time they've been shown?
First time.
Oh, this is a rare treat here for the Heartland to have these. Because I've been to a number of openings that you've had at kind of exclusive galleries here in Chicago. And, you know, I've been through your house, which is like a gallery. You have a lot of things. You have things with a Mexican influence. You had a great painting, I remember, of a CTA bus in the 50s. And you have a lot of African-American oriented pictures of great heroes. But this is the first time these have been shown.
Yes. Yes, I have.
We are honored. I want to let everyone know that there will be an opening Al Tyler, also known as Alfred J. Tyler, will have an opening for this exhibit at the Heartland Cafe tomorrow afternoon. That will be Sunday, the 15th of May, starting at
16th.
16th. My apologies. Well, I'm
Yes.
glad you're here, Al. The 16th. Today is the 15th. The 16th of May, Sunday, here at the Heartland from 3 to 6.
That's right.
And, the word is out from some of the neighbors that we're going to have a lot of people here.
That's good.
That's what they told me.
Everybody should come.
I think you've been spreading the word.
Yes, I have. I've tried to.
Al got me to print
flyers.
hundreds of these flyers, and I know he's been to the post office a couple of times.
I have, and the postman picked up a few of them myself.
Well, Al, there's two other pictures in this exhibit, and these are pictures that I had asked you to include. You kind of used them as bookends. One is a conservatory study, which you did in 1949, and the other one is called Hidden Cave, and it's a watercolor on paper, and it's also from 1949. Can you tell us about those two? Because they look like the selva or the jungle, and they're akin to these Osaka Garden pictures, but they're distinctly their own, and they're clearly older.
Yes, they are. I did those when I was in college, in the School of the Art Institute, and with the theme of the college theme of watercolor and conservatory.
Tell us a little bit about your art history and how you got into being an artist. I know that you honored me actually by putting me in one of your murals in the library up here on Clark Street, the new library. You said, you better go look at those murals. And then you sort of surprised me. When I said, who is that guy? But you've been painting for a long time. You've had a long career as an artist for the city of Evanston. You clearly are active in art circles, not only in the African-American community, but in the broader art community as a whole. Where did you come from? How did you get involved?
I guess I was just born an artist. I was doing art all my life. I went to the art institute when I started about 14 years old. My mother started sending me to the art institute on Saturdays schools and Tuesday schools. And I just went to art school. That was my life.
And you've been able to make a career out of it. I mean, I've seen a lot of artists who have done their best to get their stuff out there, but you actually made a living at it.
Yes, I did. I sort of fell into it. I came out of the Art Institute and went into service, and I worked, got into the Marine Corps, and they had me as the Marine Corps Artist Safety Office. I did posters for them. Came out of the Marine Corps and got a job as SM Edison Chemical Company doing drawings for their bottles of Dermassage, doing drawings for their hospitals and making silk screens for them. I did that until I retired from them, and my wife and I went down to Mexico and studied down there for doing murals, fresco murals down there.